Hello, friends, and welcome back to lecture number 7 in this series. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about the limiting depth of neutral axis. As in last lecture, we have seen that the actual depth of neutral axis. So, a further extension of that point. In this lecture, we'll see what is the meaning of limiting depth of neutral axis and how to calculate the values of this limiting depth for different grades of steel. So, as we know that the strain diagram, as per the assumptions made in the assumptions for the limit state of collapse in flexure, this maximum strain in extreme compression concrete is 0.0035 and the ultimate strain in steel is 0.87 Fy upon ES plus 0.002, and this strain varies linearly. So the point at which this strain becomes zero, that point is called as a neutral point, and the axis passing through that neutral point is called as a neutral axis, and the perpendicular distance between the extreme compression fiber and the neutral axis is called as the XU, that is depth of neutral axis. And for a balanced section, this particular depth is also referred as limiting depth of neutral axis or critical depth of neutral axis, which is represented by XU limiting. Now, we are going to derive the equation for this limiting depth of neutral axis. So, to find out this limiting depth of neutral axis, we have to consider this limiting depth of neutral axis for different grades of steel which we are using. So as we know that currently in present situations we are using three types of reinforcements. First is a mild steel, that is Fe250 grade of steel. Then HYST bars. In HYST bars we are using Fe415 and Fe500 grade of steels. So in this lecture we are going to find out the values for these three grades. So for mild steel, that is for Fe250 grade of steel, let us calculate the value of XU limiting. So here again, if you consider the strain diagram, for mild steel, the characteristic strength of the steel, that is Fy, will be equals to 250 Newton per mm square, and the value of ES, that is modulus of Young's modulus of steel, is 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. So by using this value, let us calculate the ultimate strain in steel. That ultimate strain in steel will be equals to epsilon SU and can be calculated by using this relation 0.87 Fy upon ES plus 0.002. So by putting the values of Fy and ES, we'll get the value of epsilon SU as 0.0031. Now let us consider the strain diagram. So in this strain diagram, we'll consider the concept of similar triangles. So by using these two similar triangles, we have to find out the limiting depth of neutral axis. So this is the limiting depth of neutral axis. The remaining depth is d minus xu. So we are going to utilize the similar triangle concept. So we can write that xu upon d minus xu will be equals to epsilon cu upon epsilon su. So if we put the values of this epsilon cu and epsilon su, which I have calculated earlier, so that comes to 1.129. So if we rearrange this term, then xu will be equals to d minus xu into 1.129. So as we have considered this section as a balanced section, so we can write the XU as XU limiting. So the XU limiting will be equals to, if we expand this bracket, XU limiting will be equals to 1.129D minus 1.129 XU limiting. So again, if we rearrange the terms, then we can write this equation as XU limiting will be equals to 1.129 divided by 2.129 into D. So we'll get the value of this XU limiting as 0.53 D, which is the standard value for Fe 250 grade of steel. So if we know the dimensions of section, we can calculate the amount of D, that is effective depth of that section, and by knowing that effective depth we'll be able to find out the XU limiting. So by calculating this XU limiting and by calculating the actual depth of neutral axis, we'll be able to decide that whether the section what we have used is a balanced section or under reinforced section or a over reinforced section, just by comparing these two values of actual depth of neutral axis and limiting depth of neutral axis. Now, similarly, for Fe415 grade of steel, also we are going to find out the value of limiting depth of neutral axis. So just what we have to do, that we have to put the values of Fy as 415 Newton per mm square. The remaining value for modulus of elasticity for steel is remains same, that 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. So if we put all these values, we'll get the strain, ultimate strain in steel as 0.0038. So that again, by using the similar triangles concept, let us find out the value of XU. So if we simplify these equations, so that we'll get the value of XU limiting for Fe415 grade of steel as XU limiting will be equals to 0.48 times D. So this is the equation for limiting depth of neutral axis for Fe415 grade of steel. Remember this equation, or you can note down these equations for your further reference. Similarly, we are going to calculate the value for XU limiting for Fe500 grade of steel also. So again, as we know that the characteristic strength of Fe500 grade of steel is 500 Newton per mm square. ES remains same, that is 2 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per mm square. So the value of epsilon SU in this case will be equals to 0.00417. So again, by considering the similar triangles concept, if we simplify this equation, we'll get the value of XU limiting as 0.46 times D. Okay, so again note down this equation. Let us summarize this, that for Fe250 grade of steel, the value of XU limiting will be equals to 0.53 D. For Fe415, the value of XU limiting will be equals to 0.48 D, and for Fe500 grade of steel, the value of XU limiting will be equals to 0.46 D. So, if we know the section sizes, if we know the grade of steel used for that particular reinforced concrete section, then we'll be able to calculate the value of limiting depth of neutral axis for that particular section. And again, by using the actual depth of neutral axis equation what we have derived in last lecture, we'll be able to compare these two values, that is actual depth of neutral axis and limiting depth of neutral axis, and by comparing this we'll be able to decide that whether this section is a balanced section, under reinforced section and over reinforced section, and accordingly we can design the sections. So we'll stop here. In next lecture, we'll discuss about the moment of resistance for a reinforced concrete section. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to click on the like button, and also do not forget to subscribe this channel if you have not subscribed till date. Also, click on the bell icon so that you'll get the notifications of new videos uploaded by me. Also, do not forget to share these videos with your friends so that they will also get benefited as you get. Thank you.